Hello everyone, welcome to the presentation of the Fresh Vegetable Market Trends and Forecasts for 2015. My name is Geraldine Pofnock. I am the COO and co-founder of Sustain Local Solutions Americas Incorporated. We are dedicating important resources to the farmers' communities as one of our most ambitious projects. Reinvigorate small farmers through innovation, cost efficiency, and smart farming. We believe that if small farmers seize opportunities and tackle unaddressed issues, they can achieve unprecedented growth. We have based some of the project's plans in several underlying assumptions, and among them is that the demand for fresh vegetables is on the rise, that the market is price sensitive, and that imports are increasing as domestic production is decreasing. Our research has been based on the dataset provided by the Economic Research Service of the United States Department of Agriculture in their 2015 Vegetable Impulses Yearbook publication, available on the web. In order to better analyze the information, we have made a comparison relating how the different variables have affected each other and overall over a 40-year period of time. The variables considered are price, consumption per capita, domestic production, imports and exports, all of them in tons. Our finding shows important relationships between price as it affects each but one of all the other variables. Take a moment and join me on reading the findings. If we can summarize in any possible way what's going on, it would be this. The price increase affects all of the variables but one. When price increases, the consumption per capita tends to decrease. When the consumption per capita tends to decrease, at the same time that the price increases, the domestic production slows down or tends to decrease also, which in turn affects the exports in the same manner. On the other hand, imports are on the rise independently of any other variable considered. If this has been the behavior in the past, what can we expect to see in the future? Rising prices and decreasing consumption? According to the projections, yes, due to a switch that happened back in 2008. Since 1970, the fresh vegetable prices have been on the rise. Consumption per capita also rised without regards to the price. That tendency stopped in the year marked 2008, when the prices started impacting the consumption per capita in an inverse way. It was as of then that the rising price signified a decrease in consumption. The upward trend finished and the more active behavior in response to the market commenced. Take a moment and identify the changing trend in 2008 portrayed in the graphic on the right. That is why, although our trend lines point to a constant increase, the forecast shows a completely different story. Forecast is giving more weight to the recent patterns instead of linear historic trends, thus providing a more confident projection. We know that market price will impact household spending. It should be taken into account moving forward. When we examine our next graph, a similar situation happens with domestic production. It is only logical that domestic production is projected to decrease when prices are projected to increase. Remember, we pointed at a direct relationship between consumption and domestic production. If one incentivizes the other, their projection should follow the same characteristics. So why is it that imports show an opposite behavior in the past and in the projected future? It is fair to assume the market that affects imports is not price dependent. Probably, as pointed out in the slide, it may be due to the fact that we may be dealing with exotic varieties of fresh vegetables. That should be part of another research and certainly a good one to conduct. Let's just say that specialized markets have a trend of their own. So it may be happening with the Empress of Fresh Vegetables. So, what are our key takeaways? Number one, up until 2008, the fresh vegetable market was indifferent to price. Very few commodities escaped the financial crisis generated in 2008. Our vegetable market was not one. A new trend emerged, and it should be part of any analysis that addresses this product. Number two, demand incentivizes production. Now more than ever, farmers need to find better ways. They should be more efficient, more vigilant of the costs, and active actors in the shaping of the price tendencies within the market. Farmers should start researching imported varieties and including them in the crop mix at the moment of planning their production. It may be a very smart way to increase domestic production in a niche that provides better returns. In our case, we want to use the forecast information as a decision-making tool that allows us to modify the way farmers have responded, either by ignorance or by choice, to the changing trends in the marketplace. It enlightens the validity of our game plan and allows us to measure actions more accurately. Thank you for your time. Good night.